everyone, welcome to Mission for Excellence. Today we will do Newton's laws of motion. So first we understand the basic terms. The first term is mass. What is mass? Mass is the quantity of matter it contains. So mass of a body is a quantity of matter it contains. Its unit is kilogram, gram, pound. These are its units. This is the mass. Mass of a body is quantity of matter it contains, and these are its units. The second definition is momentum. Momentum of a body is the quantity of the motion possessed by the body. It is a quantity of matter and it is a quantity of motion. So, it is the quantity of motion. Possessed by a body. And momentum is denoted as is mass into velocity. And as we know, unit of mass is kilogram and unit of velocity is meter per second. So the unit for momentum is kilogram meter per second. And if you take gram here, then its unit is gram centimeter per second. And if you take here pound, then it is pound feet per second. Accordingly, so in SI units, we take the unit of mass is kilogram and SI unit of momentum is kilogram meter per second. And in this CGS system, we take here gram and momentum unit is gram centimeter per second. So these are the units of momentum and these are the units of mass. The next definition is force. Let us now write force. Force is an action. Action means pull or push. An action. Either it is pull or it is push, which can change the position of the body, or you can say motion of the body. It can change the direction also, which can change the state of rest or motion of a body in a straight line. So this is known as force, which can change the state of motion of a body. So it is a pull or push. The next definition is impressed force. Impressed force. All the external forces acting on a body are called impressed forces. All external forces. External forces means which are not produced from within the body, which are acting from the outside. So all external forces acting upon a body are called impressed forces. The next one is internal. We have written here all external forces. So which forces are internal? It's just like the reaction, normal reaction. These are internal forces and mutual forces of action. Mutual forces. These are internal forces. So these are not impressed forces. The external forces are known as impressed forces. Now let us understand what is first law of motion. So now let us write first law of motion. It states that every body continues in its state of rest or motion until external force acting on it. So it is also known as law of inertia. Inertia means resistant to any change. So it states that every body continues in its state of rest or of uniform motion or of uniform motion in a straight line unless it is acted upon or you can say compelled by impressed forces. Compelled by impressed forces. To change the state of motion. So it doesn't change its state of motion. So when the external forces, these impressed forces are unbalanced. If these are balanced, then they will be balanced in the state of motion and the motion will remain same. But if these impressed forces are unbalanced, only then it can change the state of motion. So this is the first law. So this, according to this law, a force is necessary. This impressed force, you can see the force is necessary to change the state of rest, or you can say change the speed, change the direction also. So by this it can change the state of rest, it can change speed, or it can change direction. So to change all these things, force is needed. Now let us state the second law of motion. Second law states that the rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to the impressed force. And this change in momentum takes place in the direction of the force. It means कि ये फोर्स पे डिपेंड भी करता है और इसमें जो भी चेंजेस होगा मोमेंटम में वो भी फोर्स की ही डायरेक्शन में होगा, किसी दूसरी डायरेक्शन में नहीं होगा. सो लेट अस राइट हियर momentum is proportional to rate of change of momentum. And we know momentum is mv, mass into velocity, as I told you earlier. So this mv, rate of change, so let us take rate of change. Here we write d by dt. So this momentum is proportional to d by dt. So when we remove this proportional sign, there will be a constant of proportionality. So we write here P will be equal to K d by dt of mv. And as we know, m is the matter, quantity of the matter which it contains. So this m is constant, we can take outside. So it will be Km dv by dt. And dv by dt is rate of change of velocity, that is equal to acceleration. So this momentum is equal to kmf, where f denotes the acceleration. So here we write k is constant of proportionality. Its unit is, see here, k. So let us find out the unit of k. So when the momentum, if p is equal to 1, mass is 1 kilogram and acceleration is 1 meter per second square and momentum is 1 kilogram meter per second, then the value of k will be equal to 1. So it is defined as, it means that if unit force is chosen to change the acceleration by 1 meter per second square of the body having 1 kg mass, then the value of k will be equal to 1. So if we put value of k equal to 1 here in this equation, then this equation number 1, put here value of k, so this equation will become p equal to mf. P equal to mf, so f will be equal to p by m. It is known as equation of motion. And f is this. So if this f denotes the acceleration. So if there is no force, it is a force. So when this force, there is no force. If no force, then p will be equal to 0, and if p is equal to 0, then acceleration will also be 0. That is, if there is no force, then there is no change in its velocity, and velocity is a vector quantity. It has magnitude as well as direction. So if f is 0, it means dv by dt is equal to 0. So there is no change in the direction of the body, or there is no change in the speed of the body. It means its velocity doesn't change. So there is no change of velocity till the force is 0. So this is the second law of motion. Now let us state the third law of motion. Third law. It states that to every reaction there is equal and opposite action. To every action there is equal and opposite reaction. This law of motion is very important as it has many applications. Like suppose if a body is resting on a table, then this is a table and this is a body, and we all know its weight acting downwards, so let its weight is mg, and to every action there is equal and opposite which balances this force, by which force it doesn't fall on the floor. So it is, this force is normal reaction. This is equal and opposite. It balances the body between the surface of the table and the floor and the environment. That's why it doesn't fall, it remains on the table with this R balances its weight. Similarly, in walking, all of us walk. So when we walk on the floor, every time we take the forward step, when we take the forward step to push the ground backward, then by the third law, ground pushes us to the in the forward direction. We push ground in the backward, we walk in this direction, and we are pushing ground in the opposite direction. Similarly, ground pushes us in the forward direction. So in this process, by this way we can walk. Now this unit of force. Now let us find the unit of force. Unit of force is Newton. It is also denoted by capital N. Its unit is Newton, that is SI unit. SI unit is Newton. In other systems, when we take CGS, in CGS system when we take centimeter or grams, then the force of unit is dyne. And when we take FPS system means when we take pounds, then the force of Newton is unit of force is poundal. So these are the units of force: Newton, dyne and poundal. These are the units of force. Now we have defined here weight mg. So now let us define what is weight. Let us define weight. So weight of a body is a force. Weight is nothing but force. A force with which the body is attracted towards the center of the earth. Attracted towards the center of the earth. So weight is mass into, because as we know force is mass into acceleration, so weight of a body is mass into acceleration, and mass is m, acceleration is g, so weight is equal to mg, where g is acceleration due to gravity. Its value is near about 9.8 meter per second square. This is its approximate value of g. So weight. So gravitational unit of force. This weight is also, the unit of weight is also, mass is in kilogram and acceleration is meter per second square. So this is the unit of weight, kilogram meter per second square. It is also a kind of force. So that's why this 1 kilogram, when 1 kilogram weight is required to move the body with acceleration 1 meter per second square, then weight is said to be 1 Newton. So if we take 1 kg weight and then 1 meter per second square acceleration, then weight will be 1 Newton. So 1 Newton will be equal to 1 gram meter per second square. So this is the value of the weight. Now let us write some equations of motion which are very useful in this numerical program, numericals of Newton's laws. The first equation is V equal to U plus AT. The second is V square minus U square 2AS. And the third is S equal to UT plus half AT square, where this U is known as initial velocity of the body, V is final velocity after change, A is the acceleration of the body, S is the displacement, or you can say distance covered. And T is the time. If we are taking the gravitational force of acceleration, gravitational force, then instead of A, we can take G also. So this equation will become V equal to U plus GT. Similarly, it will become V square minus U square equal to 2. This will become S equal to UT plus half GT square. So these are the very important equations of motions which are used in the numerical problems. Hope you liked the video. If you have not still subscribed my channel, please subscribe and click on the bell icon so that you can get the notification about the latest video.